As we said earlier, Troy got his PhD, and we don't have a lot of police officers with that type of recognition. So we got somebody doing our recognition. Roll call will be followed by that. Looks like everybody's here. We got a rather short agenda tonight. We will have a few add-ons, but they're all things we've been discussing. Some of them will just basically be updates and moving on. But with that being said, I will need a motion if everybody's okay with the agenda.
Do you want to do roll call?
Well, we'll do roll call. And I said everybody's here. We're moving on.
Oh, we're still in pre-count.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Thank you. We
Yeah.
did all that fun stuff just a minute ago.
Okay.
I can approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
Okay. Motion will be made by Mr. Skelton and seconded by Ms. Reese to approve the agenda. Then we'll move on to the minutes. The minutes are in your booklet. You can see.
I've read those, so I'll make a motion.
I'll
Thank-
second.
Thank you, Mr. Butler, and to make the motion, and Mr. Little to second it. Okay, and one of our bigger nights of the year every year is our key students. So we have quite a number, and I believe this will be our final time for this year. So we'll probably do the key kids as always and take a brief recess to let everybody leave and stop them from having to sit and listen to us talk the business that I'm sure none of them want to sit and listen to. We got some visitors that's coming tonight. I see Miss Callan regarding waiver, a request to waive rental fees for Steel Creek Lodge for the June the 11th, 2023. Ms. Callan, you want to say a quick word in pre-council on what you have?
On June the 11th, we're having a Come Dance With Me dinner. It's after church on Sunday, so we're really not dancing for those of us that might not dance on Sunday. But it's, Bo Grant will be there, so that's why the theme. The cost of the tickets will be $15, and so tonight we're just asking that you waive the rental fee for Steel Creek Lodge, on June the 11th. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Mr. Rodney Hicks.
Good afternoon. I'm Coach Hicks from Satsuma. I'm the baseball coach. We are having our banquet at Steel Creek Lodge on June 7th, and I come to ask for y'all to waive the rental fee for it as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, thank you, Mr. Hicks.
I can do that one.
Okay. All right, we're going to have a motion made by Ms. Reese. Will there be a second?
I'll second it.
All right, if we're going to, on the first one in, let's,
I'll second the first
Jason and Mr. Phillips. On those two, our third person asked to approach the council tonight, visitors, Mr. Tom Williams. Mr. Williams, I see you there in the back. Would you like to say anything here at pre-council, or you want to wait?
What I have to say be recorded in the minutes.
Okay, that's, okay, that's the only three people who signed up to speak tonight before the meeting. Is there anyone else that came in that would like to approach the council tonight? Okay, if you would, please, when you come forward, unfortunately, we didn't ask because the first member or two we knew and they had given the information. If you would, state your name, please, and your address when you start, okay? Yes, sir, please.
My name's Matthew Maherg. I live at 457 I-65 Service Road in Satsuma.
Okay.
Here with Ben's by the Bay, locally family-owned company. We also live in Satsuma. Here to inquire about the trash service provided at the trash ramp, the dumpster service, and any other service y'all may need.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Okay. thank you, and we will be in touch with you, and we can discuss that, so we
sir.
appreciate you coming. No.
Sheet or something he wants to give us?
Have services to be contacted to give a price of what you may have.
Okay, I got you.
That's good.
Mayor, I think he was wanting to put a bid maybe on the.
Yes, when we start bidding, but I don't know when the contract's up with who we have, do you?
And I'd spoke with him briefly, and we can look and see what contract we do have and go from there.
Probably needs to be something like a workshop item,
Yeah.
because we have made some changes in what we've been doing.
I wasn't for sure what we had or didn't, or how long, so, for the containers down at the trash ramp. It was just a new company wanting to put a bid in on.
Okay, is there anyone else to come before the council tonight? Okay. First thing we'll have is the mayor's report. I have a few things that we discussed at our workshop last week. I'll go into a little detail if need be. We did discuss some of the projects that we have going on. I will try to give an update as far as the Steel Creek project. Also, we have some road work that we're looking at doing, and there might be some engineering cost and all that we discussed the other night in the pre-council meeting. And we also have, with that downpour that we've had a couple of them recently. Y'all may have seen we had a contractor in place doing some work with us, a contractor blowing out the SIS, some of the drainage areas that we had a few reports of, water standing. But I will give the update on those projects as they're going, but that's all I really have tonight. Mr. Little in Public Services?
Mayor, I'll just give the few reports, nothing out of the ordinary.
I think.
I'll just give the few
Okay.
reports I have, nothing out of the ordinary, thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Mr. Butler, Public Safety?
Yeah, I don't have anything except for the stats for the fire and the police departments, and we can do those at the regular council meeting.
Okay. Mr. Skelton?
I'm good for now.
Mr. Skelton. Ms. Reese, Parks and Recreation?
Yes, sir. Since I have a captive audience, I will announce that there is a fundraiser for the girls All-Star team at the girls Satsuma Girls Wright Park softball. Sorry, they're going to be selling crawfish plates from 11 until they're sold out. And again, that's a fundraiser for the All-Star girls. Also, they've invited the council to participate in the end of the season party on Saturday, May 21st. It's from 12 to 5 at Wright Park, and they just want to come out. There'll be food and fun for everyone. Also, I have spoken with the gentleman that's going to be over football coming up next year, and he's given me some quotes for new helmets and shoulder pads, and you may or may not be aware that those do have expiration dates. So I'll have some numbers for you at the regular council meeting of what's proposed, and see what we can do to help them out, and then possibly partner with the county to cover any extra expenses. Also, we just wrapped up National Library Week, and you guys, I think, all went to the library and got your picture taken. So the library's been doing some great things, and the butterfly garden looks really great out there in front of the library. If you haven't been by, I encourage you to stop by. Public Works and Parks put a lot of work into the new pea gravel out there. So right now there aren't any weeds. It's perfect time to visit. And if you haven't been inside the library, I encourage you to go. They have a traveling exhibit there. If you're a fan of the Wild West, I ask you to stop by. And I think that's all I have.
Thank you, Ms. Reese.
You're welcome.
Mr. Phillips?
Mayor, I just go through my list, regular meeting.
Okay. Items for discussion and/or consideration. A will be the payment of the bills.
I'll second.
Mr. Skelton will make a motion to be seconded by Mr. Phillips. There's no discussion. B, at the last meeting, we discussed a nomination for the County Board of Equalization. Have y'all thought of anybody that we may nominate for that? Okay. All righty. I will let y'all know a nomination. We will try to find someone that we can schedule would fit, being able to at least be nominated for that. The threat advice policies that we had to, on C, that we are having to make changes due to the computer security that was being required by the insurance. So, Jessica, would you like to give just a brief explanation on what we've got here? That way they'll know what we have.
Altogether, there's 20 policies. We only have 8 in If we want to change any of them, then we need to go ahead and change them before we send them back. All the employees have to go through all the testing on every policy, and this keeps our insurance low. So we have to go through all of them. I have read through all of them, I don't see any changes. Just so y'all know, so you don't have to read every sentence.
All right, if y'all have anything you'd like to add or take away from any of the policies or anything that she has, please read them and get back with Jessica or respond what your comments may be. I think D, we just leave that off of the meeting tonight, if that's okay with everybody. We just move on past that. Okay. All right. We should have no other resolutions or ordinances. We do have some update just regarding legal matters pending against the city. I think Jay will try to update everybody in just a couple of general emails, so I don't think there's really been no real change on anything. So I don't really see a reason for any executive session or anything. But if that is okay with everybody, those are the things that we have tonight, and we have about 15 to 18 minutes before the council meeting starts, so if we don't have anything else, there's...
High school softball team is playing for an area championship as we speak.
Okay.
Been say we could run over there for about 10 minutes.
They've already qualified to move on to the district,
Okay.
but they are playing for the championship as we speak.
Excellent.
Yeah.
6 o'clock, 8 o'clock if needed.
Yeah, maybe we can make it over there to see some of that. Thank you.
If they win 6, they don't play at 8.
Well, good. Maybe they'll win 6 and they'll be on the way. Thank you for the update. Okay, we appreciate it. We're going to be in,
It's the high school.
we'll reconvene for the regular council meeting at 7 o'clock. So if y'all would like to get up and stretch for just a minute, you're welcome to do so, and we will start back at 7.
city, and we just thank you, and we ask that you would show them how awesome the city is when we put you first. Lord, now we ask that you would bless this meeting tonight. We ask that you would equip the council and mayor for the knowledge and wisdom and decision-making they need to make great decisions for the city. And Lord, we just ask that you would protect these citizens. There's a whole lot of things in this world going on with children, and we just claim protection over our children. And we ask, God, that you would put that hedge of protection around our city from border to border to border to border. We thank you tonight, God. We ask your blessings on this meeting and this time. We love you, God. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
All right, remain standing for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance. All right. Thank you. Please be seated. Okay, Troy, would like to thank you for those words, and at both the ceremony where you gave the prayer, a real nice prayer earlier, and a real nice event there to get the night started. And thanks to all of you, the young people I heard out there leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance, so we certainly appreciate that, and thank all of you for coming tonight. Next, we'll have roll call. Jessica, would you please give us roll call?
Present.
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 Here.
Here. Please let the record reflect that all the elected officials are here, along with yourself, the city clerk, or the assistant city clerk now, and the attorney, along with the department heads. The next thing is the agenda for the meeting. I think each of you have it in your book. I need a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Skelton, seconded by Ms. Reese to approve the agenda as distributed. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Moving on, in your book also, followed behind the agenda is the minutes. So I'll need a motion to approve the minutes from our regular meeting, which the last meeting was April the 18th, 2023.
I make a motion.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Butler, seconded by Mr. Little to approve the minutes as distributed. Any questions, additions, deletions? If no discussion, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Okay. I think for the reason most of you are here now is our recognitions portion of the meeting, and this is key students. This is something that the city has participated in for quite a number of years now. It's a way for us to try to recognize the students that the teachers and administration has brought forth that has done a good job, been good students, either academically or their sportsmanship or something they have done that's contributed to make them worthy of receiving the award. So from the elected officials up here, I would like to say that we're extremely proud of our schools, of our students, of the parents, the involvement that the families have. I think it shows with the character of students that we're producing at the end. We got a graduation ceremony here in a couple of weeks from now, and we have a bunch of young people that's been in our system, and I think our numbers, our testing, and everything shows the support. And I do believe that most of the upbringing starts at home, and that's where the reason I think our system is doing as well as it is. So on behalf of all of us, we thank all of you for the participation, because we do see it. If you sit up here with us every night and see the number of parents that are out at a baseball field or out at the football field or over in the school for a band or some type of an event over there, you would see that the community is strongly behind the system. So we do appreciate all of you, and we will get started here in just a moment. We start at the front, and there will be someone help me, and we will call the names of them. And when they come by, they will come around here and in front of the council and go around. And so each one of the council members will have a chance to say something to and congratulate each one of the recipients tonight. Okay? You got them? All right. Recognize y'all since y'all been with us for quite a while.
I think that, no, I can't say, but I'm glad that they're reaching out to us. They don't have a,
Oh, this y'all last?
the money that they have, that they collect is just enough to cover spaces in the right room. I don't think that they have,
Everybody's excited.
Yes.
Make the big step now.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a meeting that's not next Tuesday.
15 years, and they've seen it grow.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to start with the kindergarten tonight, and the first recipient is Georgia Hall. Georgia? Next, Tylee Bird. Tylee? Okay.
I know you from the pet parade. Will I see you next year? Thank you. Congratulations.
And they'll show you right around. Colby Wisenhunt. Colby?
You just keep going back that way. Watch yourself. Just wherever your parents are.
Elijah Poole.
You can get in on that if you want to. You get in on that, you just give them a high five. Yeah, you
Gavin Williamson. Gavin? Hey, there you are.
way to go.
I seen you swing on you.
There you go. Can I help you there? Cooper Drinkard. Cooper? Hey, Cooper.
There you go. Good stuff, man.
Way to go. Next year, you're doing it by yourself.
Mary Evans.
Like that haircut.
Jack Lynn.
Way to go.
London Overton. Hey, London. You right on the first page. Congratulations. You're a good one. I'm gonna take you up there. Hold up there.
Way to go.
Congratulations, London. You feel good, right? Jeremiah Moss. Congratulations, Jeremiah. You've been up here with us a long time tonight. We was dead, and I'm sure we didn't want me to put you in. Big night, there you go. Good, there you go.
Thinking to cross them, and then I'm like, no, because they'll run into them.
Judah Reynolds. Congratulations. There you go, go around. Go around. There you go. Riley Ezel. Riley? There you go. Thank you. Go on and get one more present. Okay, there you go. Thank you.
You can walk over there.
Khalil Langley.
Way to go, you got this. Next year you gotta go by yourself.
Turn around here, let mom take a picture of it right there. Hey, yeah, good job. Come on around here, let them give you something else. Go.
Way to go, big man.
Blaine Roper. Congratulations, man. Turn around there, let Dad get a picture of us right here. Yeah, good job. Go on around. Get something else. Jackson Presnall. Jackson. Turn around there, let Dad get that picture of us. Thank you. Here you go, Jackson. Clint Sprague. Clint? Oh, come on. Cade Miller. Carter Floyd. Oh, Carter. Adam Coffey. Adam. Turn around there, sir. Get a picture of it. Deborah Smith. Hey, Deborah. Let's turn around so Mom can get that picture. There you go. Come on. Jacqueline Palmer. Hey. Congratulations, Jacqueline. You turn around, Mom, get a picture of us.
Way to go.
Good job.
Thank you. Abigail Richey. Kaiser Liebenthal. Congratulations. Turn around there and let Mom get a picture of us. There you go. There's your grandparents out there too. Come on around. McKinley Glisson. Hey, McKinley.
I did. Soccer? Yeah. She's awesome, I hear.
Sarah Dunnigan. Cullen Brinkman. Mackenzie Breckenridge. Where's Mackenzie? Turn around there and let Mom get a picture of it. Yeah? Congratulations. Aiden Wells. Hello, Ray. Another big man coming here. Mom get a picture of it. Congratulations. Gracelyn Beasley. Where is Gracelyn? Another one I've known forever. With your family. Turn around so Mom can get a picture of us. Congratulations. Good seeing you. Okay. Okay, we're going to take about a 5-minute recess to let everybody get their stuff and get out of here. Thank all of you for attending tonight. We appreciate it. We hope to see y'all next year getting these again. Thank you. Y'all have a good, safe night.
That it?
Oh, that's not fun. Oh my gosh. That's rather nasty.
Great, I'll be right back.
Twenty-third. We got 8 days of school. Like for real school. We did a 1-day trip to Six Flags. We did a 1-day trip to Six Flags. That's it. No class didn't want to go to Disney World. They didn't want to go.
So what y'all?
Sure did. I think that's good, though.
We'll cool back off now.
We're doing pretty good, 7:22, and we already cleared.
Cleaned up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's only been a couple of minutes, but if it's okay, we'll go order and get on out of here. Maybe catch a few minutes to the end of the ball game over there.
We lost one.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. We will get just a minute. Okay, recognitions. We've got the ladies coming back in for the, for visitors. So y'all, we're going to give it 1 second for one of our members to get back in here. I didn't realize when I said we'd go back to order that we were missing one, so. I guess I can use this time here to thank the young ladies that's been sitting up here with us for several months. I think this is about to wind their time up, as they both will be moving on to other things. So hopefully y'all have learned something, and perhaps one day y'all will return and sit up here in a different capacity. So, well, good luck. We do appreciate it. So.
Can I say something about Mary Claire? I don't know if y'all knew about this. But she was one of 156 kids that presented projects. Is that the number that's
I
right?
think so, that's right.
156 kids that presented projects for the Red Ribbon,
Mm-hmm.
and she got the top prize.
That's great, yeah. Okay. Okay.
Who was that?
Yes, it is.
I had the honor of sitting next to her. I was like, who was it? Good job.
Yeah, I think both of the young ladies up here are very impressive young ladies that's going to go very, I predict they're both going to go very far in life.
Yeah, I felt so bad.
I agree.
Do you want to tell us about it?
Okay. Earlier tonight, we kind of addressed some of these things, so I don't think it'll take but just a minute. The first thing under visitors, A, Ms. Judy Callan with the Women's Club of Satsuma for the request to waive the rental fee for Steel Creek Lodge on June the 11th, 2023. I don't think there was any problem with it. We have verified that there was no rental on that day, and it will be June the 11th will be the second Sunday in June. And Ms. Callan, is that correct? We just waived the fees on that day for the event, and it's a fundraiser for the women's club. Excuse me? Right. Okay, I think we answered the questions in pre-council, and if my notes are right,
I'll make the motion.
Mr. Skelton was going to make the motion and seconded by Mr. Phillips. Is there any discussion from the council? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Okay, we got your rental fee waived for that day. Good luck with it, and hope y'all can raise some money. Yes, ma'am, I agree. The second person, I think he left probably because of seating and the crowding that we've had, Mr. Rodney Hicks, a coach with Satsuma. He asked to waive the fee for the Satsuma baseball, request rental fees waived for Steel Creek Lodge on June the 7th, 2023. And I believe, Ms. Reese, you said you would.
Yes, sir, I make the motion with a $275 cleanup fee to apply.
Second that.
Motion been made by Ms. Reese, seconded by Mr. Little. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of waiving the rental fee signify by aye.
Aye.
And those opposed, let it show it passed unanimous. The final person we have on the agenda to speak tonight, we were contacted by Mr. Tom Williams, and this to discuss the Veterans Memorial here in front of the City Hall. Mr. Williams, would you like to come forward, please?
I'm Tom Williams. I live at 6357 Gilbert Drive West. This is difficult. There's an empty seat in the council room in an empty place in the city of Satsuma. Jack Presnall was a civic-minded individual, and he was also a patriot. And he was always working for our Veterans Day and our Memorial Day events. And he and Robert Young, many years ago, 2006, somewhere along in there, started a fundraising campaign to build the memorial that stands in the front of City Hall. And Jack was the driving force in that memorial. And since that time, this city has embraced our veterans. And so on behalf of the veterans of this community, I've talked to all of you, would like to make a formal request that Jack's name be inscribed on the monument in memory of Jack and also in honor of Robert Young. The two of them were responsible for the funds. The driving force was Jack. Would recommend that it be on the side, on the base toward the street. There's some other memories there of those that did return and those that did not return, and I think it would be a fitting place on the base. I do hope that there would never be another name inscribed on the front of the monument. So I would like to make that request. As you know, Jack did not like any type of public recognition of any kind, and I realized that. He never wanted his picture taken and didn't want any credit for anything of all the volunteer work that he did over the years in the city. But on behalf of the veterans, we feel that it would be fitting that this be done. And I make that request for the city council. And thank you.
Okay.
If you have any questions, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Williams. Mr. Williams called me regarding that, and I felt like we would bring it up tonight. All of us are aware of everything that Mr. Presnell did over the years regarding the monument, and I told him I didn't think there would be any opposition for us to look at how we could put the name on that, something that would, I think make him proud. So we will look into trying to have that done in a timely manner, Mr. Williams, and I feel certain we're going to have something at our Memorial Day service to recognize him and the time he devoted over the years to the cause of Veterans Day and the Memorial Day activities and services we have around the city.
Both to Jack and to Robert Young.
Okay.
Robert's still alive now, so in honor of him, but in memory of Jack.
But I think the names that we would put on there would have to be of those that's gone on. But as far as the names that are inscribed are members of the community that have moved on from their years of service, or like you said, some who never returned. But we can look at that if y'all would and see what you think before we can put it and where it best would fit.
Robert Young was a veteran.
Mhm.
Jack would not want this without Robert Young's name.
Okay.
I think we should do both names in memory of and in honor of.
Well, we can look and put them there. I mean, we would, and I'm sure Mr. Young did do a lot, but I mean, as it first got started, when it was just a thought, I mean, it was Mr. Presnell, the one that I remember coming constantly and talking and trying to help him get meetings and go with him. So. Okay. We're not trying to, we include everyone, so. Okay. And from all of us here, I think most of us made the service, and we give our condolences. So, is there anyone else to come before the council tonight? Mr. Kane, did you have a question?
I've got 6 or 7 people on the other side of the railroad tracks where y'all don't like, that, we want to have a little voice. And, I've got several people that we want to, be a volunteer fireman. And I want the applications for about 6 or 8 right now on our side that's ready to do it. And what do I need to do next?
Well, we can get you an application from the fire chief and,
Look, let's
Find
get it.
some
He was
of them.
supposed to call me back today. Edith's supposed to called him today, and he was supposed to call me back today. I never did receive that phone call.
okay, well,
So let's get it going.
we will look into that, Mr. Kane.
No, we
I'll
don't
get
need
with
to
you.
look into it. We need to get it done. That's what's wrong with this whole thing up here, is you wait and let's study and do. Let's get it done.
Okay, Mr. Kane. Thank you.
I'm not, you come to
Right,
my
right,
office.
right. Mr. Kane.
No, sir.
Hey,
That ain't
hey,
the
we're
way
not
it
gonna
works.
have, we're
My
not gonna- Mr.
time
Kane,
is way more valuable
Mr.
than
Kane,
your
hey,
time.
Mr. Kane. We heard what you said. Thank you. Anyone else tonight? Thank you.
My
Okay.
time is way
Same.
more valuable
Okay,
than yours.
Mr. Kane. If there's no one else to come before the council tonight, we will move on to reports, announcements from the mayor and council. I will start off from the mayor's report. Unfortunately, we have continued to run a lot of rescue calls we've lost several members in the Satsuma Creola community in the last few weeks, so I almost hate to name some of them because we've certainly had several families with tragedy, so just wanted to pass that along. Last Tuesday night, the council, we had a workshop meeting. We discussed several things, capital projects, what's going on, what we're spending, and where we're at financially. And we've tried to get the council all on board on where we're at, what we're looking at on the projects to finish some of the projects, and then get some more started. So that being said, we are, Mr. Kane, could you please hold it down just a little bit, Mr. Kane? Thank you. Could you hold it down just a little bit, please? Back there, thank you. We've got some engineering on some streets. We've discussed 5 of the railroad crossings where we're trying to tie in where Old 43 has been paved, anticipating of the paving of Highway 43. That distance between Old 43 and New 43 is, several of the crossings really need some attention. So we've got a cost, we've had Driven Engineering working on that. So I just wanted to make sure y'all were aware that we were proceeding with some of that. We also have some streets. We have 2 streets that are dirt roads that we're working to get a final cost estimate on that. That would be 6th Street between Baker and Maple, and also 3rd between Pine and Plateau. Over the next few weeks, hopefully we'll get that ironed out and get those details where you can know exactly what we're looking at as far as any expenditures and timetable. We've had some drainage work. Y'all may have seen Public Works. We got Travis out here. He can answer. But as from 6th Street back over to 5th Street and over and to Plateau, they've done a lot of work on that ditch. We did some ditch work up coming out of Gold Leaf going in behind Vaughn's. Really seemed to help a lot in the rainstorm that we had the other day, so we was proud of that. We also ran into one problem on Gilbert today where a culvert apparently has collapsed, and when they got in there to it, it looks like it may have been collapsed for quite some time. Is that accurate to say, Travis?
That is correct.
And it's probably going to run into something like we ran into on Thomas. I don't think we're going to be able to fix it. We're going to probably have to have it dug up and put new concrete there, piping under the road. The sidewalk project, that's still moving forward. Y'all know we did get the grant from Sharpsey on that. The Go Mesa project at Steel Creek, have y'all had a chance to go down in the last week or two? Any of y'all and look at that? You can see the project's come along quite well, so. Yeah, it's looking very good. We've got a lot of compliments on that, and we're going to continue to work on that with the other things that we discussed the other night about some additions as they finish that up too. have a opening of the park. And they still are planning the fishing tournament there for the youth on Saturday morning. So if y'all are out and about, try to go by and look at it. And once we actually get everything in place, I would like for us to have a kind of a grand reopening of the park and all. So it's going to take us a little while to get everything in place, but it is coming along rather well. So thanks to everybody that helped on that. The water sewer grant is still out for bid, so anybody you might have a chance to encourage to get a bid in, we would really appreciate that. The Magnolia Park bid process that we had scheduled for last Thursday had to be rescheduled until this Thursday at 10 a.m. If y'all would around, welcome to come by and look at that. We have received funding. As you know, our senior van is supposed to be in, hopefully, by the first part of next month for the one we use for our trips or to carry the elderly to the doctor or dialysis such as that. But we also did receive funding, 5310 money for a new 12-tube bus. So hopefully the old bus out there will be replaced also, and they are saying that we should not have to wait for this long amount of time that we've had to on this other van. I'm real excited about that, and I think both of those will be greatly used. Last Thursday night, the SCDO, in conjunction with a couple of other groups, had the Citizen of the Year banquet at Steel Creek Lodge. Mr. Joe Walters, or Dr. Walters, was the recipient of the Citizen of the Year, so if you see him, you might want to congratulate him. Also, Mr. Melvin Robinson received the Lifetime Achievement Award, so both well-deserved. You may have seen we had Mr. Matt Erickson from ALDOT out last Friday looking at the pilot, and while they was there, the project looks really good, but they talked about making some more improvements to help the drainage where the water's standing there. I think they're going to try to do some cutting on the concrete where the water was standing. They also talked about making some type of a, I guess something that would keep the vehicles as they go out on 43, especially those turning back, believe it or not, going south, they cut over so much. About the trailers and all are kind of almost going over into the ditch. So they are doing some more work, and they're scheduled to have a cruise out here Sunday morning. That's the least traffic time out of the truck stop in Chevron, and they can shut it down, and they're working with the police department there to have traffic assistance out. So we will have a little bit of a traffic problem there Sunday morning for a little while, but it is to do some repairs that was noted by our street department and the business owners. Department head meeting last week, a few days ago, we went over several of the projects. Also, we started our hurricane preparation, making sure that generators are ready, the buildings are all ready, and everything in case of a storm, so we wouldn't at least have a good start on it. As far as I know, all the other projects we have are going well. If there's any specific questions or anything that we didn't really cover or go over tonight or last Tuesday night, let me know. We'll try to get you an answer. But other than that, I appreciate it, and that's all I have. So moving on to public services with Mr. Little.
Mayor, the building department, we've got 16 open building permits going on now. We have 20 open standalone trade permits. We closed 12 permits. We had 32 site inspections. We handled 6 ordinance or nuisance inspections and closed 4 of those. We attended a code officials meeting, and 10 of those building permits are new homes. So that's good news. Normal stuff in the sanitation department, working on a few vehicles, new tires and stuff on one of the vehicles. And the seniors, normal stuff down there. So that's all, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Little. Moving to Mr. Butler with public safety.
All right, for the fire department, we got emergency medical calls, we had 66. Fire-related calls, we had 10. Mutual aid given was 5. Mutual aid received was 0. And for the total calls for the month is 81 calls. And for the police department, we had calls for service, we had 394. Felony cases, we had 17. Felony arrest, we had 3. Misdemeanor cases, we had 40. Misdemeanor arrest, we had 26. Traffic accidents, we had 5. And traffic citations, we had 71. And for the calls for the next month, we had 472 calls. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Butler. Moving on to administration, Mr. Skelton.
Yeah, the only thing I have tonight is we'd like to extend our appreciation to Brent Rawson for providing the Bibles for the swearing-in ceremony.
Okay, thank you.
That's all I have.
Moving on to Parks and Recreation, Ms. Reese.
Yes, sir. Did you want to talk about the red ribbon, what you did? Yeah, I would like for her to tell us a little bit about her red ribbon project that she won.
So I was Red Ribbon representative for this year, and I got to plan a veterans and first responder ceremony, which honored all of them. And everybody in the community who was available to come, they came for a brunch, and we got to feed them breakfast, and we got the JROTC to present the flags, and our Satsuma choir, they sang the national anthem, and they were our entertainment, so they got to sing for us and such. But we actually had a really great time honoring them, and we even took a group picture at the end, and we made them magnets, so everybody got a magnet at the end, so it was really sweet. So I did get an award for that, and I was very honored for the Courtney Upton Award, so it really is such an honor to do payback respects and such for the people who sacrificed the most for us. So I really am thankful for the opportunities that this city gives us.
Let's give her a hand. Okay. So I know that you had mentioned, Mayor, once the intersection project was wrapping up, that we could move on to considering a configuration for the flagpoles at the north end of the city where the entrance is. I think this would be a good time to see where we can place the new flagpoles. I know there's the one still sitting in Mr. Jack's yard over by the man cave that is just waiting to go up. And I think now would be fitting with his passing to honor him in that way. So if we could maybe take a look at that site and make some plans, see what we can do. Also, last Thursday night, I had the honor of being a senior project judge. That's always a good time. So we watch graduating seniors present their projects that they had worked the entire year on. And so they get and have to stand up and present their project. And I know it's always nerve-wracking, but I was really proud of all of the students that were in our class, and I thought they just did a really great job. Also, we are wrapping up, or just wrapped up, National Library Week. And the library invited us over for some pictures. And if you haven't been to the library lately, I suggest that you go over and take a look. They have a traveling exhibit that's over there now. And Public Works has also taken some time recently and laid down some new pea gravel outside the butterfly garden. So it's a really pretty place to go and spend some time and reflect. And whether you go by yourself or take the kids, take the dog, it's just a really nice place to go. Also, you can pop in and tell the ladies at the library that you're thankful for them and all that they do. Also, we are starting, I say we, the Satsuma Cheer is starting registration actually this Thursday, May 4th, from 5:30 to 7:30. They'll be registering girls for cheerleading. And they have some additional dates that are going to be posted, May 11th, the 16th, and the 26th. I know it's kind of early before football season, but with it being cheer, they like to get the girls sized and make sure they get the right uniforms and everything. And so I guess maybe look for some social media posts about upcoming registration. Also, Satsuma Girls Softball is having a fundraiser for their all-star team. It's this Saturday at Wright Park. They're going to be selling crawfish plates from 11 o'clock until sold out. So if you swing over to the fishing tournament, maybe you can swing by and grab some lunch from Wright Park. Again, that helps the all-star team. And then also, Mr. Kyle has invited the council out to their end of the season party, which is Sunday, May 21st, from 12 to 5 at Wright Park. And he's just extended an invitation to all of you guys. There's going to be food and fun for everyone, he said. Also, football. Football will be starting soon, and the gentleman, Mr. Bobby, he reached out to me. He said there's a need for helmets and shoulder pads, and that the equipment that they have has reached its expiration date. He's given me some quotes, and I guess items for discussion or consideration. I'll get some more formal numbers put together as far as something to present at the next meeting, but if we can get that added to the agenda, I would like to purchase provide the funds for the helmets and shoulder pads, and then ask for the county to match any funds that we offer to make sure that they get all the safety equipment that they need. The price that we're looking at, he had two quotes, $15,500 and then $11,350. That would be for 50 sets of both. And I was thinking if we could do half and then ask, I spoke to Ms. Ludgood on Friday and then ask the county for half to see where they could meet us. But they will need them by August. So it's given us plenty of time to kind of look at some numbers and plan some things out and see where the money will come from. But I just kind of want to put that on y'all's radar. So, and that's all I have. Oh, I'm sorry. One thing. So I did speak to Trish on the break, and she said she's excited about the tables and chairs, and thanks to everybody so much for working together on that. And she is working out some logistics as far as like if we're going to anticipate the painting. Which do we need to talk about? I think this bid was just kind of laying over here. They had y'all gotten a fresh quote, right, George? A fresh quote for the painting. Do we need to get? Okay, so they're waiting on a second quote, and this price is actually less than what they had quoted, or what was quoted last year, so the price is moving in the right direction. And I guess we'll have an update next meeting? Okay. That's all I have. Thank you very much.
Moving on to Public Works with Mr. Phillips.
Mayor, did we mention that the launchers would be open this coming weekend?
Right, they have the piers and the launch, but the docks, all of it will not be open now for.
Right, but the Young Anglers Tournament is Saturday.
Right, yes.
All right. And you pretty much covered the projects for Public Works, so there's no need to repeat them. And I just wanted to be sure everybody knew about the tournament Saturday. If they want to come by, do anybody remember what time it was over? 1 o'clock?
I thought it was at 12 or 1.
12 or 1, if anybody wants to come by and watch them weigh in.
I think Public Works has been pretty busy. You had the county out, was it weekend before last, since our last meeting, I know? But we're still getting a lot of complaints over on the I-65 service road and all. There's just nothing we can do it's just going to, as long as we have these downpours like that, I think it's just going to be a continual,
Well, with the sewer project, you don't want to spend a lot of money on them roads to that's put in also.
That's correct. Is that it, Mr. Phillips?
That's it.
Okay, moving for items and for discussion and/or consideration. A is payment of the bills.
I make a motion to pay the bills in the amount of $33,947.62.
Second.
A motion to pay the bills was made by Mr. Skelton, seconded by Mr. Phillips, paying the bills in the amount of $33,947.62. Is there any discussion and/or questions regarding the bills? If none, all those in favor of paying signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. B was discussion and nominations for the County Board of Equalization. I will, we'll get something, I'll make sure that we submit a name and let the council know on that, as we discussed in our pre-council, as long as that's still okay with everyone. C is approval of threat advice policies. In our pre-council, Jessica kind of told y'all what we're moving toward, just some policies we have to change and regarding the updated computer security that we're basically forced to get by the insurance carrier. Is there any other discussion we need to make on that? Do we need to make that in the form of a motion? Was you putting that tonight? Do we have to adopt it in the form of a motion?
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Butler, seconded by Ms. Reese, to approve the policies that's included in our packet of information tonight. I think it's 8 policies. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. The final matter, it was regarding a garbage issue, and I think we discussed that. We're just going to move on. We will straighten that out and just let y'all know how we proceed on that. That's okay. All right. Is there anything else? We've got resolutions, ordinance, orders, or other business that we would need to bring up tonight? Prior to adjourning tonight, I would like to once again bring up that the young ladies both have sat with us for several months, and I think both of them are moving on, and we do appreciate that. Earlier tonight, we had a really nice ceremony for public safety, where there was hiring, promotion, and recognitions of the jobs well done. So hopefully your people will be appreciative of that. And so on behalf of all of us, we do appreciate what they're doing there. We got a really good group of city employees. We appreciate that. The ceremony, mainly Trish and Jessica, but I think Edith also helped set that up. It was, they had the place looking nice and some good refreshments, so please let them know we said thank you for doing that. Mr. Willigray, we appreciate you coming out. We appreciate the changes the Personnel Board's been making, being a little more responsive to some of the requests and changes that we've been, requesting for quite some time now. So that's all I know of that needs to come. We got some emails that's going to go out from Jay to the council regarding legal issues that we face, just to update you on that. But I don't have anything else that I know of. If y'all don't have anything else to come before the council, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and second, we adjourn. We are adjourned. Y'all have a good night, and thank everybody for attending.
Sit in my spot, because I'm not going to be able to be here. I'll be at the spring concert. I'm sitting here because you're not.